Okay, so as a learner, so basically there's one of the important features of the growth mindset is you all the time learning, because there's a different type of mindset. There's a fixed mindset and there's the growth mindset. Problem with fixed mindset, people live in their comfort zone. They're very happy. They don't want to go outside the comfort. They don't want to push outside. Part of the reason they don't want to push outside because they are scared. If they push outside and they make problems, then that will affect on them. But if you wrap yourself as a learner, then that doesn't matter. You try, you fail, it's fine. Failure is not wrong. It's not. There's no problem of failing. The problem of not taking action is the problem. So you need to make something. You need to push outside. It's fine. You try, and failure. I mean, literally, if you're through my personal journeys, and I go through the ups and downs literally every week, and every one of us goes into it. But you need to have all in that time of aspiration. Okay, I learned what can I do differently this time, and then move on, and then that moves us to what we call it cognitive distortion. So with cognitive distortion, our mind all the time. I would encourage reading about that. It's really interesting. This is like how your mind plays on you, and all the time makes you think in a biased, negative way, and puts you down. For example, there are a lot of different cognitive disorders, but one of the really common ones are filtering and polarization. So filtering is an example of, for example, now, I'll give you an example. Now I was giving this talk. It happens a lot with people giving talks. They give talks, one of the students goes out, and then they think, oh my God, he's going out because he doesn't like the lecture. And they just need all of the people who are staying in for a student, and that student maybe not. Again, we're doing a diet, and another example is you go in eat a bit of chocolate. It's fine, eat chocolate. What's happened? But you're like, oh no, I ruined everything, and then they just ruin everything. With exercise, the same thing. You lose one day, everything. And then that moves you to the other extreme, which you call it polarization, which is you either think about yourself like white, or very dark. There's no shade of grey in the middle. So if you do a little small mistake, that's it. You make yourself the worst of the worst. And then that puts you even more down and more down. So it's this idea of reframing our mind all the time. If we make mistakes, fine, we just learn from it. How about we can learn from these things? And it's always, we need to have that concept of not having high expectations. Because when I did talk about the previous one on that compound effect, because a lot of people, when they have very high expectation and one quick achievement, quick results, then they get disappointed and they lose it. So they say trust the process, don't look at the outcome. So do the process, set the process, and things will get better. You'll see improvement, but long term. And then another concept, which is basically deceptive brain messages. So we're always in our we think subconsciously all the time. We have our mind set into certain habits. We want to make changes, but the one that changes us is the mind, the subconscious mind that's in our head, because it's all the time. The subconscious mind is already programmed itself in a very efficient way not to change these habits. And you want to make changes, your mind starts to shoot messages to you. Oh no, don't do that, because the mind is that your brain is scared. So you need to have that authority as well to say, no. Like, it happens a lot, for example, if you want to run in the morning or do some exercise or do something, and then your mind says, no, it's not today, do it tomorrow, do it that. We need to have that also some, authority and say to the mind, no, I'm going to do it today. And then that goes into this, when you have a supportive friends cycle around you. In the gym, I've noticed is when you go, I need to join them, but you have records of different people, and they record their records, and there's like a competition between them, and it works quite well. Where football as well, like if you want to go football, when everyone's like, come on, it makes it fun, so people will join in. And I was looking at this also concept, which they call it the two-day rules, which is a quite interesting concept. I think would be really good to think about it. They say it's fine. If you, for example, doing a diet or doing exercise, if you skip one day, try to go back to that. Don't leave it more than 2 days, because 2 days gets more and more difficult. So try always to go back to your routine within. You slept one day, go back, it's fine. One day happened, you go back. Have that base routine that you'll always go back to in case things happen. So you can go back to the same day and change that routine. And then, very important, setting the environment. So for example, when I did talk about my trip to Dubai, because the environment is not supportive at all. So it's not, they'll just laugh at you when you do anything. So in the house they say all the time, for example, I've noticed that if you go in the morning, it's good to go all your bag tidy, ready from the day before. If you want, for example, you want to eat healthy, have some prepared meals already, because very difficult to get access into healthy meals in our workplace. So sometimes it happens to me if I forget my meal, then there's nothing else apart from meal deal around the Tesco.